At exactly 5:07 a.m., a tire moved, and everything changed. On day 13 of Karen Red trial, caught on a Ring camera outside John O'Keefe's home, a grainy clip may become the most explosive piece of evidence in the Karen Reed murder trial. In it, her black Lexus SUV is seen backing out of the garage, its red taillights glowing in the dark. But that's not what's raising eyebrows. It's the faint but undeniable motion near the tire of another parked car. The Chevrolet Traverse. The vehicle that belonged to John O'Keefe, the man she's accused of killing. The prosecution says Reed reversed her car into O'Keefe that icy January night, left him for dead, and fled. The defense? They argue he made it inside the house at 34 Fairview, was killed there, and later staged on the lawn. But this video, silent, pixelated, and now enhanced in court, may blow both narratives apart. Trooper Buchanan, under oath, watches the footage in court. At first, he hesitates. It appears there might have been movement, he says. Not quite definitive. But defense attorney Alan Jackson pushes harder. There is movement of the tire. There is movement, Buchanan finally admits. The courtroom leans in. Jackson presses further. Could that movement mean Karen Reed's Lexus physically contacted the Traverse? Could this be the moment her SUV struck the vehicle belonging to the man who would be found hours later, lifeless in the snow? Buchanan agrees. Logically speaking, the two vehicles had to have come into contact for the vehicle to move. That one sentence could shift the trajectory of this case. It's a subtle movement, barely visible to the untrained eye, but it's the kind of detail prosecutors live for. Physical interaction. It gets more damning. It was the right rear of Reed's Lexus that would have struck the left rear tire of O'Keefe's Chevy Traverse. The exact alignment shown in the footage. The exact point of impact. Suddenly, the quiet driveway scene becomes the epicenter of a violent theory. A reverse. A thud, a man on the ground, and then the pieces of red plastic found near his body begin to make sense. Previously, Buchanan testified that he wasn't sure if there was contact between the vehicles, but now, under the weight of new visuals and relentless cross-examination, he's walking that back. Yes, he says, there was contact.
This video of Karen Reed's SUV pulling into the police department is inverted, and here's why that's significant. And if you don't already know, this is 44-year-old Karen Reed. And this was her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. However, 2 years ago, he tragically passed away, and Karen was charged with his murder. It was January 29th of 2022, and there was a blizzard. And John and Karen, who had been dating for 2 years, were going to an after party at a fellow Boston police officer's home. This was the home. They headed to this party around midnight, but 6 hours later, John was found dead outside of the home. He was in the front yard, he was covered in snow, he was wearing all of his clothing with the exception of one shoe. There was blood at the scene as well as a few fragments of glass. Now here's the thing, Karen and her defense team are claiming that she never actually went into the after party that night. She was out drinking with some girlfriends earlier in the evening, and she said that she dropped off John at the party and then she went back to his home. She said that she texted him throughout the night, but then she woke up screaming at 4:30 in the morning when she realized that he never returned to the house. Then she went out looking for him with some of her friends who she was out drinking with the night prior. As they approached the house that she allegedly dropped him off at the night before, that is when she saw him lying in the snow. She attempted to perform CPR and then she called 911. Karen has said that she was the only one who tried to save his life.